Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Coval, and I am the director of the Joseph and Elizabeth Shaw Public Library. And I'm here today to kind of talk to you about how successful the libraries are in Clearfield County. We are a unique county in the sense that not only do we have my library, which is the Shaw Public Library shortened, but we also have the Du Bois Public Library. And now we're going to get a little confusing for you. We have the Clearfield County Public Library, and the branch of that is the Curwensville Public Library. And I'm going to throw in one more just to totally mess you up. We also have a volunteer community library down in Osceola Mills. So as you can see, we've got your literary needs covered in the county, but we work well together to serve the needs of Clearfield County. We actually, let me just give you a little bit of history of when we all formed. The Du Bois Public Library is actually the oldest of all of us. It was formed in 1920 by the city of Du Bois to serve the city of Du Bois. And it has only grown and matured and gotten blossomed. They are now a 2-story facility on Brady Street, having moved there into their new facility in 1979. And they just received a Keystone grant to do some necessary improvements. So we're pretty excited about that for them. The Shaw Public Library, which I again shortened for Joseph and Elizabeth Shaw Public Library, got its form in 1940 from the gift of Ella Shaw in memory of both her parents, Joseph and Elizabeth. So we got started a little bit after that. And then in 1940, that's when the Clearfield County Public Library started with what we're going to refer to as the bookmobile to start, but is now the mobile unit. So what the Clearfield County Public Library does is it reaches those outlying areas of the county that maybe those residents have difficulty getting to a library. So the mobile unit, which is what it's referred to as now, goes to those areas, usually at convenient places such as senior centers, church parking lots, and they bring the books to the individuals so they don't have to travel. So that was started in 1940. And that went on till about 1965 when they finally got their first walk-in mobile unit. And I don't know if you remember, I do as a kid, and I'm going back in age, but we used to always, as part of getting our first library card, you got to color what you wanted the mobile unit or bookmobile to look like. And I remember I wanted a big purple bus, and it was a big bus. So that's how we got our library cards when we lived in my area. So in 1968, that is when Curwensville opened a branch library. So they've been around and moved into their current facility right down from the high school in 1994, I believe. So we've got new modern facilities. And now coming to Shaw, we were at across the street from where we are now. You can still see the remnants of it with our name on the outline of the building. It's now housing the Clearfield Borough building. So we ended up building ours in the 1990s. So our new facility just saw a new addition. We received the 5th largest Keystone grant in the state to put in a new addition, which we're sitting in right now. We saw that with the return of parents, patrons, individuals after COVID had us sidelined for a while. Families needed to get out more so than ever. They needed to touch base with programs and services and whatnot. And we just didn't have the available floor space that we needed. So we got our ducks in a row when we applied for a grant. And I'm happy to say that it worked. We not only saw a grant come our way for an addition project, but we also added some nice little touches of a renovation project. We put in a nursing mother's room to accommodate our mothers who need privacy to nurse their young ones while bringing their older children for programs. We also put in a family restroom, and the need for a much larger bathroom accommodates the different dynamics or the different structures of the family. We see stay-at-home dads bringing multiple children to storytime programs where mom is working, or vice versa. Mom is still the woman that brings all the kids and keeps them up to date with all of their homeschool learning or their additional educational needs for school. So we were really pleased. And, we ended up getting $329,000 from the state, which was a 50-50 match. So that could not have been possible without the success of our community partners. We fundraise. We just kicked off our Friends of the Shaw Public Library campaign. It's a small fundraising arm for the library to raise money for projects that we see as necessary, but maybe not in the budget per se. So with that, we've raised money for such things as the Story Walk. I invite everyone to come down, enjoy being with your family, and enjoy our Story Walk, which is located in Upper Whitmer Park. And you're probably asking, what's a story walk? Well, just as it kind of sounds, the Story Walk is 20 storyboards along the paved route of the park. And it's a story, a children's book, which has prompts for the kids to do with their families. Maybe it means run to number 5 and come back. Maybe it's to wave at the passerbys of people going past the park. Maybe it's to find an animal in the park. Those are some of the great things. Right now, we are currently spotting a book called Jonathan's Big Beautiful Brain. And it is a book detailing how the mind works differently when you have autism, and how some of the most wonderful scientific minds of our history may have experienced autism, and how successful. Albert Einstein is one that's focused in the story. So it tells individuals that, you know what, we're all unique and special in our own right. Each quarter or every 2 months we've been doing it now, we change a new book. And we've had multiple sponsors, church groups, the Clearfield County Charitable Foundation, the Kiwanis Club of Clearfield area. We have the Sunshine Circle of a local church. And we're just grateful to them to be able to continue to provide these books, and to the borough for allowing us to have it there. So I encourage everyone. And what's nice is we see families, whole families, enjoying the love of reading and the outdoors. So we're pretty excited about that. But, once we did that project, we decided we're not done yet. What else can we do to add to our community? So we're getting ready now. Hopefully it'll be in place by June. We are putting a musical garden behind the library. So as we do with everything is well thought out, well planned, and there's always good intentions behind it. So what we do is we have 3 musical instruments in the shapes of flowers. If you've ever seen a snapdragon, it's like a big stalk of flowers. Well, ours is going to have bells that kids can come and play the beautiful melodies of different sounds and whatnot. We also will have a babble drum. Nothing better than getting the hands on to have a drum. That particular flower will be the forget-me-not. And you probably are wondering, why the forget-me-not? Well, as we do here, we always want to take pride in our community. And we see that we have a long-standing relationship with our seniors. The forget-me-not is the symbol for our seniors. And the reason why we selected that is because many in our community experience the effects of dementia and Alzheimer's. We actually went through training through the Area Agency on Aging to be a Dementia Friends partner. And that means that when someone comes into the library experiencing some confusion, that we can now help them de-escalate the tensions, the frustrations that they may have, as well as respecting them as an individual, as well as respecting their privacy. So that is something we're really proud of, that we now offer that. So we wanted it to be reflected in our musical garden. And additionally, we're going to have another kind of a pentapost, which will look more like some flowers, that will be like a xylophone that stands up for our littlest patrons. It'll be lower to the ground. So we're really excited about that. We're almost there with our goal. It's a hefty project of about $10,000. So we're almost there. But we do believe it will be installed in the 1st of June. But with that said, we do a needs assessment here every year at the library. What do we need to be better? What do we need to do as a community? So with that said, we've identified a few things. We have a strong, rich community of our veterans. So book selection is always key to having a reflection of our history. So that is something we're proud of. We also have a large portion of our county that are seniors. And so with that demographics, we order more large print books. And of course, our growing families that are coming in and moving into our county, that we want to make sure that they see the value of the library. But also the community library that is in Osceola Mills serves to help the southern portion of county. But also with that, the mobile unit does travel to that area as well. So if you're ever wondering if you're in one of those outlying areas, do you have a stop of the bookmobile or the mobile unit? Check us out. I know all of our information, our websites are available. Most of them are identified by our names. Check us out. We post a lot of our different programs, things that we're working on. And right now, it's an exciting time because not only are we excited about celebrating and taking part in the America's 250th anniversary of our right to freedom, we are also gearing up for our summer reading program. And each of the libraries can follow suit with the theme, which is selected every year. This year is Unearth a Story. So with that said, and I chose to wear my PA 250 shirt, unlike my summer reading, but we will be talking about dinosaurs all summer long. And who doesn't love dinosaurs? So we're excited about fostering the love of our past and how we got our start with the dinosaurs and traveling up through to learning about our history of our country. And hopefully will eventually get us to present day. So it's going to be a great summer, 7 weeks. We start with registration the week after school lets out, so the second week of June. We have some key things planned for us here at the library. We're going to be doing some fossil making. We're excited about that, learning about the various dinosaurs. We're also going to be doing things for our adults because summer reading's not just for our little folks. We actually cater to programs for our babies, 6 months to 2 years old, our toddlers, which are 3 and 4 year olds. We do a pre-K program. We also do K through second, third through fifth, our young adults, and our adults. And our adult program, we're going to be doing some neat things. We actually have a diamond art planned of a picture for our country's 250th celebration. So you'll be able to learn some things about our history. And we're going to be having a quiz on just how much we know about our country. So trivia is always a great night for us at the library. Stop by, see us. What's really nice is you can come in, fill out an application at any one of the libraries, and get a card that day. All you have to do is bring your photo ID. And if it doesn't have your current valid address, just bring your card that has your new address. Or if you don't have that yet, a piece of mail that identifies where you're residing. Fill out the application, and we'll give you that card. Now, we do encourage everyone to go to the library where they reside. It's because of funding purposes. We let everybody know how many new library cards we have. But you don't have to if you live in Curvensville but work in Clearfield. And it's just easier for you to come down to Shaw to get your library card. Come on in. We'll get you your Curvensville card. You can utilize it here when you're at work on your lunch break or in the evenings when you go home to Curvensville. That's what's really nice about it. All of those cards are available at all libraries. And we have schedules of when those mobile units travel to the outlying areas. Clearfield County has areas where it's very rural. And in parts of our community, we don't have access to Wi-Fi. We found out there's 2 reasons why. One, maybe it's financial. The rising costs of Wi-Fi is difficult for some parents, some grandparents to afford, or they're in an area where Wi-Fi is just not covered because their area is too remote. So what we do is we have extended our Wi-Fi so that even when the library is closed, we're still continuing to provide services. We were told that 25% of our school population does not have access to Wi-Fi. That is a staggering figure. And the schools are trying every effort that they can, providing the laptops, but it's our job as librarians to make sure that those access to Wi-Fi and resources are available. So that's something that we're really proud of. But in additionally, we realize that distance can still be a problem to come into the library to gain access. So we've done one better. We now have mobile hotspots available for us here. And we're not out to make any money from it. What's nice about it is we applied for a rural grant, a rural community grant, that allows us to provide them at the lowest absolute cost, $1 a day. So if you find yourself needing a mobile hotspot, maybe you're taking a trip, maybe your children have a big project and they really need the access and they can't get the extra hours that they need at school to do it. They can come in, get a mobile hotspot, have it for 15 days or up to 30 days. And it's $15 plus tax. So we're really excited about providing that as well. So again, these are all wonderful suggestions that are made possible because of you, because of the community. We have essentially a comment box, and we take pride in listening to what our patrons need and want. And I'm really thrilled with the murals behind me. We had two local artists, Heidi Steiner and Paulette Kicko, who did a phenomenal job for us. We wanted it to kind of be kind of like an I spy of our past and present literary characters. And of course, you know, my favorite quote is above the foyer inner doors. Library doors are the gateway to anywhere. Once we get you in the doors, you can be anything you want. You can go anywhere you want through the love of reading. What I would leave you with as we celebrate this momentous occasion of the 250th anniversary of our country, I would encourage you to stop at your local library, see what we're all about, embrace the programs that we have, pick up a book or pick up a card that allows you to get online resources. Check us out. Many of us put out all of the different things that we're doing. If you have a little one, make sure you check out our summer reading program. It's going to be great. I hope that you will go to our local park, check out our story walk, our musical garden. But I leave you with one thing. All of the success of the libraries are due to our staff, but more importantly, it's because of you. Because you support us through your generous donations, through your comments, through your suggestions, we continue to flourish. We're no longer sitting idly by. Libraries have a big future, and we're changing with it. We're not going to be closed up and whatnot and shut off to people. So with that, we thank you and enjoy these celebrations that the county's doing.